Hello guys, Carlos Alvarez here once more at Trademark Salon and Ambiance Spa. Today I'm going to give things a little bit of a twist. I've been giving some advice to clients on how to do their own hair. Today I am reaching out to my fellow hairdressers. How is everyone doing at home? I know that we've all been learning. There's been so much fun education going out there. I think it's been a great time for us to actually go back and see what other hairdressers are doing and how they're doing it. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys a technique today that is called parabolic triangles. Carlos has been doing it for years. It's a super easy technique, it's amazing, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. So here you have the sectioning of the parabolic triangles. I'm gonna be walking you guys through every single step. The easiest thing about this is how little time you're actually going to spend in your actual application. There's a little bit of more time being dedicated to the sectioning and paying attention to the spacing in between everything. So as you can see, anything that is in a light triangle is depicting a highlight. Anything in the blue triangle is going to be depicting a low light. So once you have highlights going up and low lights going down, you're gonna be creating a very seamless effect of transitioning color. So this is what I want for you guys to take into consideration is the spacing. I love to leave a little bit bigger of a section in the back, and the further up I travel on somebody's head, the smaller the parabolic sectionings are gonna be, the smaller the spacing is going to be. So the way that we are going to be sectioning this off, and I'll be showing you with my other model, is we're gonna be starting from the top. As you can tell, I'm gonna be taking into consideration where it is that they are parting. If they are gonna be parting over their left, everything is gonna be a little bit about half an inch to an inch maybe of her part. And from there, I'm gonna be taking a scooping section, and I'll be demonstrating this on my actual mannequin or on my doll head. And I'll be putting a clip on this and putting it aside. I'll be taking another parabolic section, taking that, putting the hair aside. And I'm gonna continue that all the way throughout the back until I get to the to our nape area. So a lot of our guests have already been quarantining for about 6 weeks. So that's quite a while for them to be coming to the salon with a little bit of that grow out. So this is gonna be great for those clients that are gonna be a little bit more money conscious going back into the salon. So this is a great technique for us to take that client with about 2 inches of regrowth, right? So what we're going to be doing is that we're gonna be making it a little bit easier for them to be coming back into the salon. But most importantly, it's gonna be a very fashion forward, trendy kind of style that they're gonna be having now with still having a very dimensional color style. So the way that we're gonna be sectioning this starting off is that we're always going to determine where they are parting. So I like to take my sections about a half an inch to an inch on either side of their part, meaning on either side of this part. What I do is that I will take my chopstick and go on either side of it. Again, we are already applied their background color just to keep things super easy. This is for clients that need a little bit of that natural coverage for great disguising. We will take our clip and apply it to the base. They might have their hair a little bit in their face for just a second. But basically what we are trying to do here is that this is called parabolic sectioning, meaning that everything has a round, is going with the round of the head. So being that they are starting at a tilt, our goal is by the time we get to the back of the head or around the occipital area, we are going to be taking that tilt and making sure that everything is like a radial section ear to ear. So now what we're gonna be doing, now that we have all our sectioning, this is the part that is probably gonna be taking you the longest, is how to get all of that hair up in one controlled easy swoop. Now, what we're gonna be doing is that we're gonna be taking all of these sections and we're gonna be subdividing them by going in there and taking pretty good sized zigzag patterns. In order for us to create this zigzag pattern, you're gonna go in there and with your chopstick, you're simply going to start tracing out a pretty decent sized zigzag, separating it, and basically what you're going to be creating now is your triangles pointing upward and your triangles now pointing downward as well. So anything pointing upward, we're going to leave on the lighter side. Everything pointing downward, which is usually going to be our top section, this is where we're going to be dragging down our low light to be creating that beautiful dimension that we are trying to create here. So now that we have our sectioning, it is very important for you guys to find something like a large foil or some sort of hair coloring film, something that's gonna help you encapsulate your sections. In this case, I'm gonna be using the hair coloring film. So when you guys are dragging down your low light or your dimensional color here, just make sure that you do it kind of like in a hair painting technique. One of the things that I like to do is never drag my low light color all the way through the ends, because I don't want for my low lights to have an abrasive stop. So as I'm applying my low light color, I like to do it in a painting motion so that it looks a little bit more organic and just diffuse through the ends. So we're gonna continue everything with the zigzag pattern. As you can tell, again, anything pointing upward is going to remain light. Everything pointing downward is going to now go and creating a little bit more of that negative space. All right, so now we are to the top of the head, which I had told you guys that this is what I called the cow tongue. So what we're gonna be doing in this particular section is that we are going to be going in diagonals or in a herringbone pattern to where everything's going to be coming almost at a T section. So what I'm gonna be doing is that as I am subdividing, the top is going to be my low light and what lies beneath it will be a highlight. I will demonstrate now. Now this is where I was talking about diagonals or the herringbone pattern. As I am doing this, this is going to be my first one at a diagonal. I'm gonna take a little bit off the bottom. This is now going to become and remain the low light or the highlight part, sorry. This is gonna remain lighter, and everything on top of every section is going to be overlaid by a low light. We're going to be applying our low light with the same mentality as we were doing it earlier. We're gonna do it in a way to where now we're turning our brush sideways and dragging it down just before we get to the end, maybe about a 2 or 3 inch, but everything underneath that low light is going to remain light. Why I'm doing this is because we definitely want to create that reflection coming over the opacity that we are creating now. The next section is going to be directly T sectioned from the one that we just created. So from the center of the previous section, we're going to go directly at a diagonal. Now we're going to be taking the small section from underneath, which is the highlight, and now here comes the low light overlaying the other section. Again, this is the previous section. T to that section, straight forward towards the face, taking the underneath, leaving that as a highlight, overlaying with a low light. The closer we get to the face, sometimes I like to leave some areas, just depending on how it is that we want for it to visualize where they're going to be parting. Obviously they're parting on this side as we had established from the beginning. And so some people still want to see a little bit more what we're calling that money piece. So we're going to leave this probably a little bit more on the lighter side. Now we process. So here's our finished product. What do you guys think about it? She's absolutely stunning, isn't she? So what I want for you guys to keep in mind is that you don't have to lock yourself into just one single color. Think about the infinite possibilities that you can create by adding all of this dimension, all of this opacity, so that you can really bring forward some of those lighter pieces. So I hope that this served you well on how to stay a little bit more creative during these trying times. And remember, this is a great technique for your clients that are going to be wanting to go a little bit longer in between their colors, and it's not necessarily just wanting to go through dimensional blondes. So keep this one in mind in your back pocket whenever you guys are ready for it.